Brian Wilson, June 20, 1942 to June 11, 2025. Brian Wilson, co-founder and creative genius of the Beach Boys, passed away on June 11, 2025, at the age of 82. His death, after a long struggle with dementia, was confirmed by his family in an Instagram statement. He was a musical visionary. Born in Inglewood, California in 1942, Brian showed musical talent from a young age, mastering perfect pitch, teaching himself piano, and developing harmonies alongside his brothers. In 1961, he formed the Beach Boys with brothers Dennis and Carl, cousin Mike Love, and friend Al Jardine, giving birth to the iconic California surf era with hits like Surfin USA, I Get Around, and California Girls. His 1966 masterpiece Pet Sounds, featuring the timeless God Only Knows, redefined pop music and greatly inspired the Beatles' Sgt. Pepper's album. Paul McCartney later said Pet Sounds blew me out of the water. His ambitious single, Good Vibrations, described as a pocket symphony, was a production marvel, recorded across 4 studios, featuring cello and theremin, and pushing recording boundaries. He had a lot of battles behind the harmonies. Despite his success, Wilson endured deep personal struggles. Mental health, schizoaffective disorder and alcoholism led to a breakdown in 1964, prompting him to stop touring and retreat into creative isolation. Eugene Landy saga. His controversial psychologist in the 80s gained control over his life and royalties until a court-ordered restraining order ended the relationship in 1992. Conservatorship and personal loss. After the death of his wife Melinda in January 2024, he entered a conservatorship as his dementia progressed. He had resurgence and recognition. Inducted with the Beach Boys into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, 1988, won solo Grammy Awards for Best Rock Instrumental, Mrs. O'Leary's Cow, and Best Historical Album, Smile Sessions. His solo completion of the legendary Smile album in 2004 earned critical praise and a Grammy. Reunited with the band for That's Why God Made the Radio, 2012, and the Pet Sounds 50th Anniversary Tour, 2016. Here are some lesser-known facts. Deaf in 1 year, yet this didn't stop him from mastering harmonies and composition. Earned an F on his Surfin class assignment, later changed to an A in 2018. Briefly owned a health food store called Radiant Radish in 1969, often seen wearing a bathrobe behind the register. Famously called a freak by his brother Carl for his obsessive focus on harmony and the 4 Freshmen. His legacy and tributes will last forever. Brian's influence spanned from Elton John, who hailed him as a revolutionary musical genius, to Paul McCartney, Bob Dylan, and generations of musicians who follow his path. He leaves behind a monumental legacy, a band that sold over 100 million records, pioneered recording technologies, and forever changed the sound of American pop. Brian Wilson is survived by his daughters Carney and Wendy, of Wilson Phillips, his 5 adopted children, and a world of fans and musicians forever inspired by his brilliance.